everyone, this is Sonila from MediterraneanLatinLoveAffair.com. Today I would like to share with you these blueberry muffins with lemon. They're delicious, they're perfect for brunch, for afternoon snacks, even for breakfast. I don't add a lot of sugar to them, so I feel they have the perfect mix of fruity and the lemon zest and a little bit of sugar, so they're sweet but not overly sweet. So the way I prepare these muffins are, first I start with the dry ingredients. I use 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I add 1 tablespoon of baking powder, and I mix it and set the dry ingredients on the side. And then I start preparing the butter. I add 1 stick of butter, 1 cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, and half a cup of buttermilk. I mix those well. I prefer using a handheld mix, but I didn't have it available for this video. So for this video, I used electrical whisk that is an attachment to the immersion blender. It's not the perfect equipment for making the muffins, so I would highly suggest you use the handheld mix if you have one, but it'll work in a pinch, and it got the job done basically. So once I've mixed the butter, the sugar, the buttermilk, and the vanilla extract, then I add the zest of 1 lemon. And then I squeeze the lemon that I already zested, and I split it in 2 parts and then squeeze that, add the lemon juice, mix it quickly. It doesn't need to be perfect. Then you start adding the dry ingredients slowly, because if you add it all together, it will clump. So what I do is, like, I just grab a spatula and then add little by little, mix it, incorporate it, and continue adding the rest of the dry ingredients. I don't measure it, I just do it slowly, little by little. So once you have finally the dough for the muffins, at this point you want to start adding the blueberries in. So the way I do add the blueberries is I split 2 cups of blueberries. I split them maybe a quarter of the blueberries on a plate, and I smash them with a fork. This way, this will give a little bit of the blueberry flavor to the whole muffin dough. And I add that in. I make sure like every drop of blueberry juice goes in together with the smashed blueberries. Now the rest of the blueberries, the ones that are left on the bowl, I add a tablespoon of flour to those blueberries and mix it well so they're coated with the flour. And then I pour that into the dough. The reason for the flour, like 1 tablespoon of flour with the blueberries, is that once it goes into the dough, they'll be like suspended in the space where they are, instead of all falling to the bottom. Have you ever had muffins where the bottom is fruity and it looks like jam, but then there's no fruit in the actual muffin? By using the flour with the blueberries, it will make sure they're suspended throughout the dough, and you'll have like a bite of fruit everywhere you bite on the muffin. I get a baking tray, I add muffin liners, and then I use an ice cream scoop to pour the dough in. Usually about 3/4 of the liner filled with the dough, but I mean, that's kind of like you can eyeball it, and then you add the remaining and make them all equal. Then I use 1 tablespoon of softened butter and 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour. Mix it all together, and I put it on top of the dough, kind of like for the muffin top. I bake them in 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 minutes in my oven, and use the toothpick test to see if they are baked. Now the baking time, I think it varies. I've baked at family members' houses, and it can be 23 minutes to 27 minutes, so it depends a little bit on the oven. That's why in my oven is 25 minutes. So that's why I do the toothpick test, to just make sure that the muffins are baked perfectly. And then you can serve them with coffee, with tea. You can have them as a snack. They're delicious. I really enjoy having these muffins, especially when I have people over and my kids ask for them for an afternoon snack. So I bake them often, and they're very easy. So I hope you enjoyed them too. Thank you for watching my video.